Okay, so I'm going to do a video because I can't find one online of a coolant change on a Kawasaki Z650Rs. Can't find one anywhere. Can only see Verses or Ninjas or stuff like that. There's nothing on the actual Z650Rs. First thing I need to do is take the seat off. And I need to remove this panel. And that allows me to get to the coolant reservoir. Obviously, the cap's already exposed there. So the first little bolt that I'm going to undo is a T25. So that's this one there. And then the next one is a pop rivet. Once you've undone that rivet, this panel just pulls off nice and easy. And then what that does is exposes coolant reservoir housing. And then all we need to do is undo that bolt. Undo that bolt. Nice and easy. And if I'm right, undo this little one here as well. And then that completely loosens it off. So again, T25, T25, T25 off. Okay, and that's that little plastic trim out of the way now. So what needs to be done next is I need to undo the radiator cap. In order for me to do that, I had to undo this little screw to turn it all the way, because without undoing that screw, the cap itself would only move so far. I have to undo the drain plug. Once the drain plug's undone, obviously all the coolant will then start spilling out. As I should, as long as I've got the right one. Feels a little bit wet on my fingers already, so I'm going to go with it is the right one. But coolant coming out already. Yep. There we go. Pouring out. Going to tilt the bike towards me for a bit. Get as much of that old stuff out as possible. So now I've disconnected the top and bottom. As you can see, it's looking a bit grimy in there, so it's going to be a bit of a clean out. There we go. Looking a hell of a lot better. So what I need to do now is reconnect this one to the bottom, this one to the top, nice and tight. And then this one has a little clip that we just need to squeeze together. Take all the razor to the top. After a little fiddling around we got there, so that's going to sit back in there, bolt up. So the coolant that I'm using is Motul. So before we fill that up, I need to re-torque the drain plug, which is 9.8 to do the drain plug up. Click, fill up the rad until it's full in there. Okay, so as you can see, filled all the way to the top. Now we need to make it go through the system. So I'm going to stand the bike up, give it a little bit of shaking, let it work its magic. So when you do give it a bit of a shake, obviously it will work its way through the system. It will then drop. So I'm just going to top it up. Right, so I'm just gonna let the bike warm up now. So far, everything looks alright, but we're just gonna let it warm up. Okay, so ran the bike up to temperature. Everything looks okay. There's nothing that's looking dodgy on the bike. All I've got to do now is obviously bolt that back to the frame, put the fairing back on, and then hopefully that's job's a good one.